Captain, what is your response to Travis Anderson's comments last week?
You're gonna call yourself the Dragon King? Are you fucking serious? Last time I checked, there are no dragons around here. And last time I checked, I wear the fucking crown in Max Wrestling.
Last I checked, we were gonna go one-on-one at Promo Slam. And last I checked, I showed up.
You're also a coward because you think I asked for a rematch. I never asked for a rematch. I didn't even ask to make it a triple threat.
Let me tell you why I added Chad to the match and promo series. It's because if he doesn't show up, at least I'll have someone to beat.
I will run you down, and you know it. That's why you had to get your jury brother to join the match. So I'm outnumbered. But here's the problem. I've done triple threats. I've done fatal four-ways, and I've fucking won those too.
Well, fuck you, fuck him, and fuck everybody that's got a problem with the captain.
That championship on your shoulder, Captain, don't mean shit right now. It don't mean shit until I beat you. And it don't mean nothing until I beat Chad.
See you both at Promo Series.
What do you have to say in response to the Phoenix's allegations?
At Promo Slam, I was hit from behind after my promo. Now, I don't know who, I don't know why. Only that it was done with a gavel. I also know that our very own captain has one. It wouldn't be the first time you've lied to me. It wouldn't be the first time you've attacked me from behind. Every piece of evidence points to you.
And it's fucking unfortunate that I have to come up here and speak on this on my own time. I did not attack Phoenix at Promo Slam because we have irresponsible journalists and they spread lies and bullshit and put into the media that I attacked someone when I have fuck all reason to is embarrassing. No, you know what? Fuck it. If Phoenix wants to point the finger at me so badly, and if Travis thinks I'm afraid to fucking face someone one-on-one, here. Phoenix, I'm defending that World Championship against you in 2 weeks at Max Wrestling Summer's End. If I'm guilty of attacking you, then the title is yours. But when I am found not guilty, I want everybody to stand up and applaud me as the longest fucking reigning world champion and the one motherfucker that takes this shit to the max every single week.
Yo, it's September 22nd, and you know what that means. Summer is officially over. Welcome to Max Wrestling episode 393, Summer's End. This is your reigning, defending Max Wrestling World Champion, the Captain, speaking, along with the reigning Max Wrestling Television Champion, LFA, Moses Marquez.
Top of the morning.
It's another themed episode. Tidal Wave and House of the Dragon King became like the third and fourth highest episodes of the year, so we're hoping for a similar success this week.
Let's go.
It's not a special event, it's just a themed episode. So coming up tonight, we're getting into Grand Slam, and your captain is on trial as I defend the world title against the Phoenix. But before we begin, remember to like and sub on youtube.com/Max Wrestling and follow us on social media at Max Wrestling UK. Before we get into the good stuff from Grand Slam, I think maybe biggest news this week, Roman versus Logan has the wrestling world divided.
I mean, I wouldn't go like it's gigantic, but I mean, no, it's, hey, what do we used to say back in the day? Like, if you wanted to draw ratings, you made a pop by doing something like this. You know what I mean? You brought in a Floyd Mayweather. I could think of other names, but he was the first one to pop into mind.
Yeah.
And now you do with Logan Paul. The guy's been, you know, he made a splash. What was it? SummerSlam? What pay-per-view was he on? Was it SummerSlam?
Yeah, was that the tag match with The Miz, and then he did the singles match at Mania?
There you go, at Mania. That's the one I should be thinking of as Mania. But you know, now he gets, you know, he's
the other way around, maybe.
Well, yeah. As like, the guy's undefeated, you know what I mean? Quote unquote, guy's undefeated. So, let's push him towards Roman or whatever. And it's in Saudi Arabia. They're drawing money. The prince is giving money, whatever. It makes sense. I don't give a shit really, but it makes sense.
Yeah, like I don't give a shit either because we don't watch the Saudi Arabia shows, so we never give a shit.
No, we don't.
Like I said to Emir, unless it's Goldberg being booked to squash somebody, we don't give a shit. But if I did give a shit about the Saudi Arabia shows, I still wouldn't really be this upset about Logan Paul facing Roman because A, it's celebrity involvement, they do it all the time, and B, it's not like Roman's gonna lose.
No.
It's just a special attraction. That's all it is.
It's a money grab. It's a money grab.
Like,
and hey, that's what Saudi Arabia shows are for. Money grabs.
Yeah. Do people actually expect that after all of this, what is it, almost over 2 year reign, Logan Paul is gonna be the one to beat Roman Reigns at a glorified house show in on the other side of the world?
I can see it now. He holds both belts up with the fucking goddamn Charizard around his neck. Fucking let's go, bud.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna give one to my brother because nobody likes him.
Nobody likes him.
That's the thing. Nobody likes Jake Paul. At least some people can tolerate Logan.
To a degree.
Yeah. And I get the thing of he's only had 2 matches and now he's in a world title match. I get that, but at the same time, it's a throwaway match. It doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. It's exactly. It is a money draw. You weren't really supposed to care originally about Mayweather versus Big Show. You know what I mean? Then they pushed the fuck out of it. This is just getting thrown on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Would people be more upset if they like built Seth Rollins towards the world title just to put Roman over?
Well, you do the push it. Yeah, people they're gonna bitch about anything. So let's just be real with that.
And again, this is in I want to say like 4 weeks because we've got Extreme Rules in 2 weeks.
Damn, already?
Yeah. It's weird they keep moving Extreme Rules around. Now it's in October. Crown Jewel, aka Blood Money, 8, whatever the hell it is.
Blood Money
I think is the beginning of November.
I mean, I could give a shit, but okay.
Maybe though, if Logan Paul did win, we'd have a champion on TV every week.
You know what? You say that, and I bet you money he would be just as.
Yeah, he's pretty much a part-timer too. So yeah, no, there's no win in this situation.
Not really. I mean, like, would it be? No, there's not. Because, like, I'm like, oh, well, what about the pop? They're in Saudi Arabia. They're not gonna get a pop. There's no need for a pop.
And this is my biggest gripe with Roman right now is that he's barely on TV. He's pulling a Brock. It's like him and Brock switch schedules.
Literally switch schedules because, but I don't know. But now we don't even see Brock either.
No, he's in his in between big pay-per-view downtime.
Sure.
Back on the farm.
On the farm in Saskatchewan or Saskatchewan.
But this news was broke as if it was groundbreaking. Like, I think Meltzer came out first and said there's going to be a huge announcement from WWE very soon, like tonight. And then all the dirt sheets started leaking that there's going to be a press conference between Roman and Logan, and Triple H is going to announce the match for Crown Jewel.
This makes no sense to me. Let's all get all big excited over a fucking presser.
Like, I mean, props to Triple H for booking it and making it feel like a big fight, but at the same time, it's not.
And it's not going to be unless I'm all of a sudden a 12-year-old who's in love with Twitch.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, no matter how many boxing matches Logan Paul has, And no matter how good he is at boxing, or I don't know, I haven't seen him fight, but he's always going to be a YouTube star.
Yeah, they're YouTube guys. I don't give a fuck what. I mean, like, I've seen them training. Like, they got themselves into shape. They know what they're doing. They can hold their own. You know, I give all the credit in the world for Logan going out there and learning the pro wrestling craft and being able to do, take the bumps and do what, the guy did real training. You know what I mean? The guy took it for real. So I give him his props for it. And, his brother is, whatever with his boxing career, whatever. But yeah, you roll it all into one, bud. Just like all the fucking child stars of back in the day. You're going to be reverted to how you got here, how you started your way to success. You guys were YouTube stars. And until like that is fully taken into retrospect, I guess, I don't know, like that's forever it, dude. I'm not going to care. You're a 12, like I'm not 12. I'm 33. Okay, I like YouTube. Don't get me wrong. We're on YouTube for crying out loud. But I mean, like I wasn't on it, 14 years ago, making videos of me pranking my friends or whatever the fuck they did,
Filming dead bodies in the woods.
Whatever. Oh yeah, in fucking Japan.
Yeah, he ain't getting over that one.
And yet somehow, but look at him now. What do you mean they ain't getting over it? They fucking got over it.
Yeah, he got over it, but people still rag on him for it.
As they fucking should, because it was dumb.
Like, okay, you stumbled across it by accident. You didn't have to upload it.
No. There you go. That's where the brain comes in, and that's where they didn't have it. There's always the decision as a content creator of whether you want to actually upload something or not. It's not that difficult.
Yeah, like 99% of the time, it's our decision. Then the other 1%, YouTube's like, nah.
Nah, no thanks. No gracias.
I'm just gonna get stuck on 98%. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
We've been there.
Sounds about right. Yeah, been there.
You know what? Then let's continue with WWE because that news wasn't as big as I thought it was gonna be. Like, we've done with it. So, I don't know. I feel like nothing happened on Raw. Like, I didn't even watch the third hour. This week was very much a case of rinse and repeat. And I'm just left with more questions and answers. Why is Riddle teaming with Ray when he's still feuding with Rollins? What's Rhea whispering in Dom's ear all the time? How did Rollins get a shot at Lashley? I don't know these things.
Yeah. I don't watch the product, but I can tell you that it sounds like it's exactly the same that it's been. A lot of just, oh, hey, I think this guy should be in the title picture, so there you go. I mean, didn't Seth beat, who the fuck Seth beat at the goddamn pay-per-view? Edge?
Yeah.
So he beat Edge. Yes, so why does that give you Lashley? I'm trying to come up with a reason for him. I swear to God I am.
There's something in the back of my mind saying there was like a number one contendership between him and AJ or something.
It sounds right. It totally sounds right. That totally sounds right.
We're over the honeymoon period now, I think, of Triple H's takeover era, and there's a couple of good things that he's done. There's a couple of things that grab people's attention, but overall, the show feels very much the same. It's dragging. It's too fucking long, and it's very much filler.
He's even said in past interviews, if I could cut out the third hour, I would, but it's not my decision.
No.
Well, guess what, bud? It might be yours now, or at least be one to pitch. Like, I'm not saying, like, I don't know. I mean, if you really desperately need like a fucking hour of filler to give the USA Network, I don't know, fucking bring back main event. I don't know. I don't know. Like I'm really trying here, but like,
Raw dog.
Yeah, fuck something, dude. Because you can't. You really can't do 3 hours. You can't do it. I mean, let's look, because I mean, and this is something that I think we don't do as much as we should. Let's put the fucking shoe on the other foot. if AEW had 3 hours, how long would that really last? You know what I mean? With how fickle AEW fans are at the moment. You know what I mean? They're jumping all over TK this, worried about booking that, Young Bucks suck. Like there's I thought the hate was bad from the E fans. Well, guess what? I guess it's just as bad. It's just pro wrestling fans, period.
Yeah.
They're toxic as fuck. But that's the question, though. How long would this 3-hour thing really last if you were to push it in AEW? How quick would it get stale? How quick would it get overused? How we would go from the bad nights of having 9 to 11 promos to having fucking 18 to 20?
Yeah, I think AEW going long isn't a good thing. We complain every year about All Out being so fucking long.
Exactly. Most of their pay-per-views, not just All Out. Most of them were fucking. Well, I mean, he pretty much hit the nail on the head of the last one, win like 3.5, which that's just to the breaking point. You know what I mean? Maybe 4 I can give you, but that's about it. He asked too much after that one, but I was already yawning. You know what I mean? I'm an old man over here, so. But that's my whole thing. So it's like Trips. It's your time now to at least, I want to say, invest in looking into it. You know what I mean? Don't go ahead and make the big move. I know all the fucking investors and the blah, 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 blah are behind you, but this is something that is best for your product. That's what we're getting at here, for the product as a whole. You want to get better? You take out that 3rd hour. You leave the anticipation factor back in, and then you can create a better product around it. So that way I'm not watching 15, 20, 2 or 3, 15, 20-minute talking segments. You know what I mean? I don't have to endure that. I can endure like 4 or 5 matches that are, 10 to 12 minutes long. AEW, I can endure 9 promos, but I can't endure 14 promos. Can't do it. I don't want to do it.
I think GM mode has it right on the 2K games. You need 2 promos per show.
It's fucking, there you go.
1 to set things up, and then 1 to carry on a feud.
That fucking, come on now. That's simplicity, baby.
But there was, the logic was just grinding my gears on Riddle and Rollins this week. So we open with Lashley and Rollins for the US title. Riddle interferes, and then he just randomly teams up with Ray later on against the Judgment Day, expecting nothing to happen. Like, obviously Rollins is going to get involved.
Look, again, I'm not watching the product, but I can just tell you this. As a man that likes to indulge, as Matt does, bro, I forget shit. You know what I mean? I went out there. He went out there and spooked Seth and was like, all right. He thought it was next week for all he fucking knew. So he was next Monday. You know what I mean? It was a whole other day. He's all right, here we go. He got his ass beat. He motherfucking stoned. Can't be mad at him. I get it. But bro, that's why you need to be wearing one of them smartwatches. I mean, you got fucking money. You just put a smartwatch. Remind yourself of the day. Okay?
Yeah.
Shit.
To do. Still fight Rollins.
Still. Oh, he's still here. Shit. I better get out of here.
And then I feel like we've been talking about this for like 2 fucking years now. Bray Wyatt's possible impending return is all over the internet.
It is. It's literally, it's fucking everywhere. But then again, I say this because it's not like I don't want it. It's not like I don't want it. I do. But I'm very picky with how I want it now because somebody put out one of these weird think of it this way. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I need that. Which was the whole he's basically going to team up with Karrion Kross and Scarlett, and it's going to be Bray Wyatt and the White Rabbit and the this and the this. I forgot. I wish I would have found the thing. I was looking for it real fast on Facebook. I can't find it, but I think it'd be great. It's a new stable. It's a stable that you have to have. It's sheer power. But then again, I also think that we're fucking dying for this guy to come back because for me, and I can only speak for me in this instance, for me, there was a lot of meat left on that bone. There's a lot of meat left on that bone. And when he walked away, I'm like, you know what, dude? I was just getting really used to the Fiend. You know what I mean? It was really starting to click a lot. And then, hey, mental illness sucks. You know what I mean? When you lose a brother, and then a true brother like that dude, they were close as fuck. You know what I mean? That hit hard. And then you weigh your options. Should I go here? Should I go here? And then now you have an opportunity to work with a guy that you've worked with well. So it's like, I see why he would want to come back. But again, I'm like this. I really don't want to get my hopes up. You know what I mean? They're great at teasing. They're great at teasing.
Yeah.
But how great they are delivering.
So the two big hints, if it is Bray Wyatt, that they've dropped this week is playing the White Rabbit song, I think, after the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the Extreme Rules poster, if you look closely, apparently you can see the lantern and some fireflies behind Matt Riddle.
Oh, did you also do the barcode?
Yeah, the barcode too leads to the whole.
Yeah, the White Rabbit.
Who killed the world? It was you.
Did.
Again, very much Bray Wyatt-ish, Eater of Worlds. I hope he does come back, if he does come back, with a new gimmick, because The Fiend lost a lot of momentum. A lot of people turned on it towards the end, thinking it was stupid. Honestly, The Fiend wasn't the same since he dropped to Goldberg.
No, yeah, you're a million to that one. But then again, who the fuck's going to be able to keep momentum after that? Look at how fucking far Kevin Owens fell. Right. It sucks. It was like, but that's
back now because Trips is booking him.
Yeah, and we're getting we're getting old Kevin, and it's good. It's good, and there's positives to Trips being in charge, but there's things that are still in play that weren't his decision that he needs to fucking iron out. And yes, as you said it perfectly, the honeymoon period is over. Now it's time to start doing business. Oh, it's great. Oh, hey, I'm in charge. High fives all around. Oh, look, this guy's on TV. That guy's on TV. Look at this pay-per-view. All right, cool. What the fuck are you going to do about this third hour? What the fuck are you doing about this weird-ass booking? What are you going to do about this? What are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about this? Let's see you do some real work now.
And then NXT. So, first of all, great. We're getting rid of 2.0. Mm-hmm. But Solo won the North American title last week after replacing Wesley, who was attacked by Carmelo Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
Now he gets stripped of the title because he wasn't the original challenger. That really bugs me. Like, you booked it. You sanctioned it. He replaced an injured guy in a match that you sanctioned.
Yep.
Why is that a problem with him winning the title? You put him in the match.
So and again, here we go. Ready for me to write him out of a corner. You know how you fix this whole thing? Next to Sean, when you're doing this whole gimmick, have a fucking lawyer. A fucking bullshit fake fucking lawyer. According to these documents here, title change. North American Championship has very strict rules, and because you are a substitute, regardless of stipulations and blah, 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 you can't win the title. Like, what the fuck? Oh, well, you signed the contract. So, give me your fucking... And then you have somebody to blame. There's some heat, not just, so you weren't the guy. And so now we're going to take the belt. I know how it feels. It took mine when I was naked with him. And then I was like, yo, I'm naked. Then took a picture and ran away.
Like, and Hunter told me girls bought that magazine.
Okay.
But God. This is what bugs me with WWE ignoring their own history and like changing the rules to fit their narrative. Like we talked last week about Jericho replacing Punk in the Championship Scramble in 2008, and he won the world title. Did they strip him of the title?
No.
Nope. Did they strip Becky Lynch of the title at SummerSlam last year when she replaced Carmella? No. Carmella wasn't even injured. Becky just went, nah, I'm having this match.
Hey, what about when Becky fucking won the Rumble? She just, she's fucking hurt. I'm going to take her spot.
Moment, everything.
Like, she's just like, she's hurt, bro.
I don't really care this much about... That was Carmella, too. No, it wasn't. That was Lana.
No.
I don't really care this much about the bloodline. I just want some fucking logic.
That's it. That's literally it, dude. It's we know, and this is the thing that kills me. Old man's gone. So what are we blaming this on? What are we blaming the lack of logic on now? This is how we book. Well, then that makes no sense. And that makes perfect sense on why there is no logic. So who's going to start making sense?
It was just like, he's on the main roster, he's in the bloodline, we need to get the title off him because it's an NXT title. Why? Let him just carry it around.
Just say because he. Well, then you should have said because he helped fucking one homeboy win. Because you helped Roman win, you've interfered in a main roster manner. So because of that, we're stripping you of the title. Oh, this is bullshit, and you have him hot. Give reasons, and I gave him two. The easy out was you bring out a lawyer and you give somebody to put the heat on. Number two, you get mad at him for fucking helping Roman cheat. And then because of that, we're stripping you of the belt. It's not fucking hard.
And if they were going to strip him anyway, why even give him the title? Oh, because it looks cool. The Bloodline's got all the titles. Yeah, but he only had it for a week.
He had it for a picture. That's it. They wanted a picture with it. And that's total. That's fucking stupid.
I just don't get it.
No, again, I'm saying it like this. I was going to say when there's no logic, fucking blame it on the old man. Old man's gone. So again, fucking what is going on, dude? That's great. Push your people, do this. Oh my God, there's some change. I want logic.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck if you give me the same 12-ring circus motherfuckers that I've seen a bazillion and a half fucking times. If the stories make sense, I'll get invested. That's where the logic. That's where the logic lies, baby.
The only people that answer about it now is Hunter and Sean.
So, fucking come on now.
Which of you made that call?
I mean, Sean's probably fucking.
And finally, in WWE news, before we move on, Survivor Series is bringing War Games to the front. The War Games. I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I get what Harold says. Like, it's overkill when they have multiple special matches on a pay-per-view. But
Yes.
I understand why they do it. Like, one for the men, one for the women. I also hate I've always said I hate gimmick pay-per-views like Hell in a Cell and Elimination Chamber and TLC. Like, stop it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, just keep the matches. Like, announce it. Oh, there's gonna be a TLC match. There's gonna be a Hell in a Cell match. Not like, oh, we know there's gonna be like 2 cell matches at this pay-per-view because it's called Hell in a Cell.
Exactly.
Like, this was a surprise because War Games isn't a Survivor Series staple. It's been an NXT staple for November before, but that was only recent and only for a couple of years.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not hating the decision. I don't mind it. I don't want to say it's overkill. I figured they were going to go with men's and a women's if they're going to bring it up. It's just what they do. It's equality.
And often the women outshine the men.
I was literally just gonna say that. I was like, and sometimes women outdo the guys, dude. They kind of put out bangers most of the time, especially when you give them the opportunity.
What do you say back in January? Every single year since they introduced the Women's Royal Rumble match, the women have done better than the men.
It's true.
The men's matches have sucked ever since.
You want to know why? And I'm going to say this as a man for the ladies out there listening, is because we don't know how to listen. Our listening skills suck. So they're out there planning this thing, and they're like, "Yeah, well, fucking, what? Yeah, all right, we'll do that."
And then we'll go to the men's, and Shane's like, "I'm gonna throw this guy out, and I'm gonna throw that guy out."
And they're just like, "Hey, fuck that guy. We're gonna kick his ass."
Like, the women probably had, I don't know, Medusa's input, and the men got Shane McMahon running around going, "We're gonna do this and that, and I'm gonna look like this."
Yeah, right. Shane walked into everybody's room. You, and you. I'm throwing you guys out. 5 minutes in, slams the door. Next room. Hey, I'm throwing you out. 7 minutes in, slams the door. Walks into Vince's office. I'm throwing you. Oh, sorry. My bad, Dad.
And Brock is like, "The fuck he just say?
Did you say you're gonna throw me out? You want me to fucking walk out of here?"
Oh, Shane.
She ruined it for all of us, bro.
You remember the pop he got when he first came back.
Well, yeah, because I
That
mean,
was a
like
good
the guy,
time.
it was like, it was, I don't know, it was one of those things where I think we had seen way too much of Stephanie, like way too much. And it just got to the point where, like, okay, fuck it, dude, where's your goddamn brother at? You know what I mean? Like, if we're gonna see you fucking, if we're gonna have to see the fucking spawn of the McMahons, at least let's see Shane. You know what I mean? And then it got to the point where it was like, okay, cool. Well, Shane's back and he's gonna do some cool GM shit. Okay, or cool, Shane's back and he's gonna jump off of something. And then it was, fuck, Shane's back and he's gonna jump off of something. And you know, I mean, it was cool. You know what I mean? Like they say, nostalgia's a hell of a drug, but eventually that drug will wear off, man.
It was cool, and then he started wrestling like every month, and it lost its appeal.
See, yeah, I was gonna say it was like, yeah, he was on every other fucking pay-per-view.
I'm gonna team with Drew and face Roman and Taker. Why?
Why? Because okay,
You're the guy that gets his ass kicked in a big match by like Undertaker or Kane, Triple H.
Exactly. You go out there and you're the little guy that gave it his all, and maybe maybe you got a couple of good shots in. You do your coast to coast because that makes you look fucking cool. You jump off something and then you lose. It's cool. It's all right.
You know what? I think that's one of the only things Shane still got for him. That leap of faith elbow through the announce table still looks awesome. He still does it so smoothly.
Fucking scares the crap out of me every single time. That I'm afraid I'm gonna see a man die.
Breaks his elbow in the process.
I'm hating to say that, but I was like, I'm waiting for that to happen. It's just elbow shattered.
I'm actually really surprised Shane's never had like a major injury. He's had a concussion or whatever, but he's never like had like a broken neck or torn his quad or anything like that.
That's called good luck, bud. Good ass luck.
He's a stunt man.
Hey, well, there you go. Backup career.
Shane the Stuntman McMahon.
Put that on a shirt.
Here comes the money.
Oh god.
As far as War Games go, obviously Damage Control are going to be in the women's match against like Bianca's team or whatever. The men, probably the Bloodline against somebody.
That'd be cool. But it gotta be like the Bloodline and Sammy.
Yeah. The honorary Uso.
Yeah, he's so awesome at that. Just the best.
Sami Zayn is a treasure. And
he truly
him
is.
At all costs.
He truly is. The man's awesome. And again, let's be real for a second. The man got over in Ring of Honor by knowing no Spanish at all and pretending that he was a luchador from Tijuana, Mexico. And besides killing himself with ladders with his best friend, he was just hilarious.
Yeah, he was great. El Generico is happily retired now.
Oh, it's sad, but it's okay.
All right. Coming up at the end of the show is the trial of the captain with the World Championship on the line, so no time for shit Mark say this week, but we do have time to go back in time this week in wrestling history. September 16th, 1999. On a pre-taped episode of SmackDown, Mr. McMahon defeated Triple H with a major assist from Stone Cold Steve Austin, winning the WWE Championship. Vince then vacated the title 4 days later, and that led to I think it was a six-pack challenge at Unforgiven, which Triple H won it back.
Nice.
I don't remember exactly why, but I remember Stone Cold wasn't allowed to be in the match, so he was a special enforcer, and he didn't want to count the 3, but he had to because he was the enforcer and Triple H won the title.
Mm-hmm. I remember those days.
Triple H laughed in his face, and he got a stunner for it.
The total disrespect. The fuck, I gotta fucking count this shit. Yeah, the good old days, man. Yeah. The good old days.
Special enforcer was booked very well in the 90s.
True.
And Shane McMahon was always the best screw job referee, like 1, 2, oh shit, my shoulder. Ah.
And he would sell it like he fucking tore his pec. Like, It's like, dude, you're an asshole.
He sold it very well, considering, like we just said, he's never had a major injury.
This is the truth. Good actor, this guy.
Also on September 16th in 2005, during its TNA run, the NWA World Championship changed hands at a BCW house show in Canada when Jeff Jarrett defeated Raven.
In Canada? Goddamn Canadian.
In Canada. So BCW from the video games, there was actually a company called, I think there is actually still a company called BCW. It's Border City Wrestling.
Go.
September 16th, 2013, one night after winning the WWE Championship from Randy Orton at Night of Champions, Daniel Bryan was stripped of the title by Triple H due to Scott Armstrong's fast count. There we go, another screwjob referee.
But, jeez, a fucking screw jobs aplenty tonight, boy.
Oh, man, that whole dragging Daniel Bryan from SummerSlam to WrestleMania was tough.
Facts.
Not so much because they didn't book. I think they booked it actually very well, but people were just so impatient that every time they screwed Bryan on the way to WrestleMania, more and more people turned on him.
I don't want to say I turned on him, or it was just like, fuck, man, can you let this guy win? He's hot, goddamn it! Like people want this guy to win.
They just wanted that WrestleMania moment, and it was a great moment.
Facts.
It
was
It was a lot of work to get there.
That whole pay-per-view was really good. Like, it was one of those ones where it was like, oh, hey, this is the first one on the E network, and it's free, pretty much. And it was like, fuck, dude, way to deliver to a fucking free pay-per-view. Like, shit.
September 17th. Oh, wait, we're still on the 16th. September 16th, 2018. In the midst of her transformation into the Man, Becky Lynch finally got one over on Charlotte Flair and became SmackDown Women's Champion at Hell in a Cell. Great match, great win. And what was like a month later, she was fully transformed as the Man.
The Man.
And got her nose broken by Nia Jax.
That goddamn Nia.
But every cloud has a silver lining.
Facts.
It gave us a legendary, powerful image, and it completed her transformation into the Man. Ain't nobody fucking with Becky.
No, sir.
And that's the version we want back when she heals.
Yeah, please.
Now we're on September 17th, 2006. At Unforgiven, Trish Stratus wrestled her final match as a full-time wrestler, defeating Lita to retire as a 7-time women's champion. And it sucked. I didn't want her to retire. She'd only really been in the game like 6 years.
Yeah.
And as we've seen in recent years, she's still got a lot left in the tank.
I mean, yeah. I mean, when you only go like 6 years, and the reality is like half the matches you did were first off short and like simple. Yeah, I'm sure there was just got a lot left in the tank. You know what I mean? She still looks good as hell. Isn't she like in her late 40s or 50s?
40s, yeah.
I'm about to say, well, goddamn, bro, like she still looks good.
Even after that, she had 2 kids? 3?
Let's say, only 3.
I think she's had at least 2.
Dang. I mean, I'm trying to get in on that.
She has 2 kids.
Dang.
Also at Unforgiven, John Cena defeated Edge in a TLC match to regain the WWE Championship, ending their 9-month rivalry, and it was a hell of a rivalry. Probably one of the best of 2006. Meanwhile, DX defeated Vince, Shane, and Big Show in a Hell in a Cell match, which ended with Vince's head up Big Show's ass.
I remember this. I remember this all too well. Just the fucking image comes back.
I love 2006 DX. They were in their 40s and they were immature, but it was fun. I don't care.
I was just gonna say the same thing. I was like, the immaturity is what put it over the top for me, and it was just fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff.
But even though it was so immature, some of the jokes were really good.
They're always good though. These
Yeah.
guys they're funny guys. They got good jokes, man. Like, it was just I get it. It was just there was a lot of fucking dick and fart jokes. I get it. Like, but they were good. It's not
Yeah.
like it's like if there was a lot of them and they were bad, I would understand. But at least they were good.
And it was TV-14, but they were pushing it a little bit.
Vince loves cocks.
Yeah, they actually put that on a t-shirt. Vince loves cocks.
Vince loves cocks.
And drew it on screen when they took over the production truck.
You let them get away with everything, man.
Oh, Vince gave them the keys to the kingdom that year. You wanna fuck up with the cameras? You wanna fuck up the production truck? Go ahead. You wanna spray paint on the building, on a
Again,
private jet?
go for it. You want to do attitude era shit? Handle it.
Blow up the limo. Hey, maybe next time you let us in the building.
Right?
Oh, it was good shit.
I do miss it.
September 18th, 2010, the Women's Championship was officially deactivated after Michelle McCool defeated Melina to unify it with the Divas title, the fucking butterfly piece of shit, at Night of Champions.
All bad.
Oh, yeah. If you're going to unify the women's title and the Divas title, fair enough, but why keep the Divas title?
Seriously, like, that thing was bad.
Like,
Bad.
2010 to when did they bring back the women's title? 2015?
Yeah.
Those 5 years were rough.
You're telling me. And then you have to remember too, towards the end of that Divas title reign, women's wrestling got serious.
Yeah.
They tried to make it serious. And it was like, I can't. Do you see that fucking thing? Like, I get it. Like, the in-ring action, it's like, it's cool. Like, Natalia became somebody, and trying to think of, like, I think this was like during like the era of like Bailey and them in NXT killing it. So like the main roster ladies were trying to fucking stay toe to toe. So everybody stepped up their game and things were good, but it was hard to get behind when you would turn around and be like, okay, well, Paige is fighting for the fucking butterfly. Like,
well, yeah, you had Paige and Emma for the NXT Women's Championship. Meanwhile, on the main roster, you got this fucking butterfly floating around.
Mm-hmm. It was annoying.
Thank God they changed it back for women's titles.
And all it took was fucking Medusa to show up and make it look exactly like the men's. Here you go. All right, well, that's fine. At least it's fucking not a butterfly.
September 19th, 2011, following an injury to Kota Ibushi, which vacated the title, Prince Devitt,
Sorry. Doc Brown,
aka Finn Balor, became IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion for the second time, defeating Kushida. And finally, September 21st, 2003, in his first 1-year run with WWE, Goldberg defeated Triple H at Unforgiven for the World Heavyweight Championship, which he held for, I think, 2 months before dropping it back to Triple H.
Sounds right.
In a triple threat match with Kane. I think that was Armageddon. Pretty sure it was Armageddon.
Sounds like one of our trivia questions. So yeah, that sounds right.
There is one last piece today in history. In 2002, also at Unforgiven, Trish Stratus won the WWE Women's Championship by
There you
defeating
go.
Molly Holly.
Trish out there just all over history. Come on back, girl. Come on back.
This is also the pay-per-view where Taker kind of went into business for himself because he didn't want to put Brock over clean, so he decided on a DQ finish. So it pretty much just ended when Taker threw Brock through the stage, and then they had the Hell in a Cell match a month later at No Mercy.
That's all right. When the dead man says this is what we're doing, all right, we're doing it. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
not arguing with you.
I'm not entirely sure what Taker's problem was. Maybe he just wanted to put Brock over at the Cell.
Perhaps.
Triple H also defended the World Heavyweight title against Rob Van Dam, and I believe this is where Ric Flair joined forces with Triple H in the very early stages of Evolution by attacking RVD with the sledgehammer.
Oh wow, yeah. Oh, the son of a bitch! I remember this now. So I don't know why I didn't. When you said
Is-
Sledgehammer, I was like, he did a what?
It was
And
like
it
a
clicked.
week. I think it was on This Week in Wrestling History last week. The week before, Triple H beat H the night
Mhm.
he was crowned World Heavyweight Champion. So they were feuding at the time. Then all of a sudden, Flair nails Van Dam with a sledgehammer and joins forces with Triple H. And then we begin building Evolution.
That's right. Yep.
Good.
God damn. Yeah, seriously. I really did forget for a while, like, how did H get a part of Evolution? And that's how.
Yeah, so like Triple H beating him for the world title wasn't just passing the torch of the big gold belt. It was passing the torch of Triple H is the leader now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So before we go to a break, let's guess the wrestler.
I wonder who this could possibly be.
Guess the wrestler. He's the wrestler, better than all the wrestler.
Okay.
Let's see.
This is
I
right.
doubt it, but let's see if I get it as quickly as you did last week.
This okay. I will tell you this. It's going to be a lot easier for you to guess it. It's going to be a lot more narrowed down. So let me start with like something that's super simple. AAA Hall of Fame class of 2020.
Steamboat.
No. He was the Rays in 2001, 03, 05, 07, and 2014. It's King of the Ring in Spanish. Or King of Kings.
Oh,
I
so
should
he's
say.
still active.
Yes. He's a very active wrestler.
Oh.
In AAA, mind you, AAA, Lucha Libre.
Oh, why the fuck did I say
I
Steamboat?
was like,
thinking
Steamboat?
AWA.
No, AAA.
AAA. Pentagon.
No. Let's see. He is a, let's see here, two-time national cruiserweight champion.
Ray Phoenix?
That surprises the fuck out of me. Let's see. One-time Optimos champion, which is basically a four-man. He was with Paraguayo Jr., Blue Demon Jr., Máscara Sangrada Jr., which is pretty much all the fucking children of the leaders, which is hilarious. The Iron Man Heavy Metal Championship from DDT Pro Wrestling.
Oh, that rings a bell.
PWI ranked him 43rd back in 2007.
Who the hell is huge in Mexico to be like a 5-time King of the Ring? Wait, Andrade? Roosh?
No. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. I totally screwed you. Yep. I screwed you big time. Okay, so the guy I was trying to give you is a very similarly. Oh yeah, hell yeah! Thank you. This is way better. A very similarly named guy, but let me just be aware that there's actually two of them. One of them wrestled in the States, and the other one never did.
La Parker.
Bingo.
Hey.
Yeah, no. Well, the one I was trying to get you is L.A. Park. That's why I don't know. I blanked and I went La Park, and I was like, wait a minute, huh? Because even then I was like, there's no way he only won shit in Mexico. There's no way. And sure enough, no, that's not true. He won stuff in other places, mainly like he runs in MLW. He was a tag champ. He won the Battle Riot. Let's see, what else did he do outside of Mexico? That's actually about it. Oh, Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame, class of 2018. About it, though. I mean, I was going to try to get in. I swore he won a belt in WCW, but I guess not. He just hung out.
It's easy to mix them up, though, because they literally wear the same outfit.
No, the idea is in when was this? When was this? In 2000, no, in 97, 98. 97 or in the 90s, in the late 90s. What happened was La Parca was getting too famous in the States that when he would go back and forth, they couldn't book him for long-term stories. So they decided they wanted to make a La Parca that would stay there. Well, that then conflicted, La Parca that goes back and forth. So then he ended up going and signing in 2003 with CMLL, which is the rival company, and they have the big old. This is actually what started the inner rivalry between these two promotions, and because of that, that's why he changed his name to LA Park. So technically, yes, there was two La Parcas, but because of the legality and the blah 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 blah, he changed his name to LA Park. It's like, well, then you're trying to take all my fame back to Mexico. Like I made myself famous, and yeah. You're just running off of the name and the fucking suit.
And La Parca, number 2, obviously is the one that had the freak accident a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, he's the one that had the freak accident. He's the one that's more of a luchador. LA Park is heavyweight luchador.
He's the heavyweight that dances.
Mm-hmm. He's the fucking with his fucking guitar and his chair and the whole everything.
Who am I kidding? You guys don't care. You guys don't want to see me involved. You guys don't want to see me compete at promo series. I know what the people want, which is why I'm withdrawing myself from my promo exhibition against Daniel Crimmins. Look, I said a lot of things about Max Wrestling, and I know what I said, but that doesn't mean that I stopped caring or I stopped watching Max Wrestling. Daniel, I'm not worthy enough to face you. I'm not willing to face you. You don't want to face me. You need to face me. You need to face me to become the best representation of your presentation. You need me to help make you the best person that you can be and to amplify yourself to be the best that you can be. Look at the operative word, care. I never stopped caring, and I always cared about each and every person that I faced in promo exhibitions. I never stopped, and I always cared about each and every person I faced when I was the promo champion. See, Daniel, this is not the down and out, why, Mike Larkin, that you're facing at promo series. This is the podcast machine, the former 3-time knowledge champion, the former promo champion, the former Iron Bank contract winner, the former prediction champion, whatever title you want to give me to make this show feel more important than it actually is. You don't know shit from Shinola. You have the charisma of a vacuum and the personality of a mime. I'm in a box, which is the only way that you're going to get out of this, Daniel, in a box. To quote my late grandmother, God rest her soul, you are not a man, you are a mouse. So go ahead, Daniel. Shoot. I am an open book. Say whatever you want about me, because the next chapter will be written at promo series. Get serious, get bent, and most importantly of all, get a clue. I'll see you at promo series, baby boy. This fucking guy.
To the Cap and Mo Show. We're here every single Thursday. Don't forget to like and follow, subscribe, whatever you may be joining us. Still to come, this week's world title is on the line. one more time between the captain and the Phoenix. Geek of the week, best of the week, and all the other wrestling news that's been going on. Let's get into it right now. Grand Slam was last night, and what a Grand Slam it was. I think last year had like the match of the year candidate with Paige and Bryan, but this was a solid show this year.
Oh, absolutely. Excellent show from top to bottom. I think we had 4 title matches.
Yeah, and some surprises too, like Jericho becoming Ring of Honor World Champion. Complete surprise.
That's the biggest one. Excuse me. Yes and no. Like, when the TSK is on, we're on. The schmark in that room is ridiculous. Immediately the idea or the sentence was said, what the fuck would Chris Jericho do with the Ring of Honor World title? And without skipping a beat, Rob says, give him a TV show. And I'm thinking to myself, man, fuck, you might be right. Because let's think about this for a second. Who was the first AEW World Champion? Chris Jericho. Who was, how big of a attention grabber was Chris Jericho? 1, signing with AEW, and 2, winning that belt. They were gigantic moments. They still are to this day. And then on top of that, who's going to draw pay-per-view money when you run a Ring of Honor show? A Claudio Castagnoli or Chris Jericho? And again, I hate saying it like that, but it's the truth. You know what I mean? Personally, I would much rather see a Claudio match all day long. But again, you're talking about money. You're talking about bringing viewership back to a brand that you're trying to rebuild, trying to allow them to have a television show. You need a Chris Jericho as your champion. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You need a Chris Jericho as your champion. So it's big. I don't think it hurts Claudio at all. I think this is just one of those things where this is a business move. And then on top of that, it's building to a story, an even bigger story between Danny Garcia and Jericho, because fucking Jericho keeps cheating to win. You're better than that. You broke the code of honor, the this, the that, and then it's going to eventually turn out that it's Danny Garcia that is the heart, the soul of Ring of Honor. He's the one to keep the honor alive. Oh God, that already sounds awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense from a character perspective. Jericho's gimmick is pro sports entertainment, anti-pro wrestling. So him winning the Ring of Honor World title is a great heel move.
Big time. It's awesome.
And yeah, it definitely doesn't hurt Claudio because, like you said, Jericho cheat to win.
Yep.
That's not the ROH way.
No, it's not. There was no code of honor to shake hands. There was no fucking, he cheated to win. Low blows are very much frowned upon in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing fucking anybody from the Ring of Honor commentary booth. So it's like, come on, it wasn't Ring of Honor.
Wasn't Riccaboni there?
Oh yeah, never mind. Sorry. He got drowned out. I don't know. Maybe I was too into the match. I could have sworn, but I was like, I swear I heard him.
Excalibur was just too excited.
That's true. Scally gets a tad bit ahead of himself, but I can't say I blame the man.
So yeah, that was a great move to open the show with, like catch everybody by surprise. Then we move on to the Acclaimed versus Swerve in Our Glory. Now, they blew it at All Out. They more than made up for it here. However, I think the match at All Out was much, much better in every way.
Yep. In every way. It really was. And then it didn't help that, like, there was a spot in this match where apparently fucking Max had to sell his knee and he was going up for his elbow drop, and yet comes down, lands on his feet, and then just fucking knee dies. And then when his knee dies, the crowd died. And it's like, was this a shoot? What's going on? You know what I mean? Like, I got worried for a second. I was like, what the fuck? But then the guy worked right through it. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, I'm curious. Listening to Uncle Dave, that was a spot. The spot was for him to sell his knee, but it made no sense how you sell your knee. You know what I mean? Like, fucking leap and miss. How hard is it to miss? And then land, oh, fuck, my knee, because I missed. Not that hard.
No. So yeah, the match was better at All Out, but the reactions for the Acclaimed were perfect.
Oh yeah, the pop was gigantic.
Like even the entrance, the pop was huge. Like
Yeah.
immediately Swerve's music hit, and I can't even hear Swerve's music because it's just boos.
Yeah, they were really booing the crap out of Swerve, and that's the thing. Like that, Swerve is obviously the heel of the two, and it looks like that's where they're going to lean towards, and he's probably going to be the factor of why they split. But yeah, no, the crowd was hot for this match. Hot. This crowd was hot for the show.
Oh, they were amazing last night.
New York crowds are fucking killer, man.
Considering, like, yeah, it was a stadium, but I think they closed like half of it off,
Mm-hmm.
and it was still loud as fuck.
It really was, dude. It was awesome. But I mean, it was a great match. Even Billy Gunn got involved, hit a famouser on the outside, big ass Billy Gunn.
Yeah,
everybody loves the scissor me. Oh yeah, the fucking that guy. When was the last time Billy Gunn got a pop? And I had said the same thing. I was like, I don't even remember the last time I popped for Billy Gunn. I tried so hard to remember, like, what was the last time I popped for Billy Gunn?
And not including Scissor Me. Like,
no.
When's the last time he got a pop for hitting a famouser?
For hitting the fucking famouser, that fucking move, bud.
And genuinely, I think they only popped because it was probably going to lead to the Acclaimed winning.
Yeah, exactly. It was the thing that put him over the top, and it was like, fuck it, let's go.
MJF was great all night. Obviously, hometown boy.
Jesus.
But him and Morrissey attacking Wheeler, obviously planting the seeds for MJF taking on the Blackpool Combat Club.
This is fucking amazing. Like, this kid is amazing. This kid is amazing. And I don't know.
Don't ever let him go.
Don't ever do it, dude. Like, I don't care.
Pay him what he wants.
You. I don't give a fuck what it costs you. Come on, dude. Like, seriously, this kid, he is, and I'll say it and I'll take the heat. He's Roddy Piper. You have Roddy Piper at a much younger age right now. We used to say a fucking year ago, oh, this kid, he could be this, he could be that, he could be. No, baby, he is. There's no ifs, ands, or fucking buts about it. He is officially Roddy Piper. He is so fucking good. He doesn't need a belt. But when you give it to him, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, at that point, you have a Ric Flair. Minus the multiple reigns, you have a Ric Flair in the making, and when you have one of those, you fucking run with them. Look at Gato with Okada. Okay, when he had the opportunity to say, like, this is what I have, and we're fucking just taking over the world with it, he took over the world with it. MJF took over the world social media wise with the fucking phrase mid. Literally fucking swept the world. Mid. Everywhere, to the point where you couldn't use a fucking TikTok for a little bit without people using that sound for everything. And half the motherfuckers didn't know who MJF was. I was on a mission at one point to go through every single one of them videos that use that sound and said, MJF is the GOAT. MJF is the GOAT. MJF is the GOAT. And I eventually got blocked for repeating my comments, so I had to switch it up verbally. But it is what it is. But that's what. But what I'm getting at is this: he is just he can do no wrong right now, and and especially when you have all of these other names, when you have the Elite gone, when you have Punk gone, and that thing is still obviously up in the air. Still, people are asking questions about it. Here's your perfect distraction. The perfect distraction. I don't give a and this is again. Hello, I'm fucking wearing a club shirt. Okay, the Bucks, Kenny, the whole shebang. I don't give a fuck. Have fun in the Cucumbangs. Go play some golf. Get stretched out. Do whatever. Enjoy your suspension. I'm enjoying everything about MJF right now. Everything and then some.
And we always knew he was special. Like, AEW had lightning in a bottle when they hired MJF.
From day one. when he was especially when during the pandemic, when the fucking kid was on the sideline and him and Wardlow were singing fucking Judas, come on, or taking bets on who's gonna win, like we knew this was coming. It was inevitable. It was inevitable. But what was not inevitable, or what was even more so inevitable, was how fucking huge he was gonna be. We knew he was gonna be big. I didn't think he was gonna be this big. I thought we got 3-4 years, and maybe he could be at this point, you know. But a fucking year later, he's here. Where's he gonna be next year and the next year? And where is he gonna be when he hits 30? That's the thing. He's 26. He's 26.
He's younger than The Rock was when The Rock became The Rock. When he went from Rocky Maivia to The Rock.
Yep. And this kid has, and no disrespect to Dwayne. No disrespect to Dwayne. And I'm sure he could even attest to this. He is on par where he was Mike-wise, if not a tad better. And I'll say it just like that. I will. But he is leaps and bounds ahead of him wrestling-wise.
Oh yeah. Rock was he was a good wrestler, but
he was an athlete.
Yeah, he was all gimmicky moves like the people's elbow and just bring it.
He was an athlete, which is why I say at this point much better. He is 2-3 times The Rock at this point. When at this point in their career, I'm not saying overall. I mean, people are already fucking trying to click the exit button. No. At the end of the ball game, is he going to end up being greater than The Rock? I don't see how he can't be. And by then, in the 10, 12 years that it's going to happen, if you don't agree, maybe we're not watching the same show. Because I don't know. Again, I don't see this kid going negative unless he fucking does something stupid. Unless he pulls a fucking Velveteen Dream. I don't see anything happening wrong with this guy. I don't.
He can do no wrong because he gets away with absolute murder when he opens his mouth.
That's because that's what you expect out of him. That is what you are accustomed to. Just like when you were accustomed to Roddy Piper and, oh my God, what is he going to say now? The guy smashed a beer bottle over his head and he's going to cut a promo. I'm going to stand away. You get your ass over here. You fucking put this microphone in my face. This is what we get.
You know, like you said, MJF is Roddy Piper. He's Roddy Piper without the crazy. Because he doesn't need to be crazy.
I was going to say, because he doesn't need to be, but when he has to be, and we've seen bits of it, he's fucking bananas. He's just so smart to the game.
Yeah.
I can only compare him to other guys in sports. You know what I mean? In like I look at him and to me, he reminds me, like if I were to compare him to something that I know really well, he reminds me a lot of the Chargers head coach, Brandon Staley. He's so knowledgeable about what he's done that he's young as hell. And he's over there like, okay, well, I've been watching this and studying this forever. So we're going to use this plus what I've learned in the new style, mesh it together. This is what we're going to throw. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's taking everything from back in the day and what's going to garner heat today and meshing it. And it's fucking gold. Fucking gold.
Oh, wait till he does turn it to gold.
That's what I'm saying, dude. When he hits 30, I swear to God, if he's not the biggest thing in professional wrestling.
I mean, WWE won him.
WWE is willing to pay big ass money for him. Big ass money. No questions asked. Like they don't care. Money is of no concern to them. And I'm sure of it.
Yeah, I'm just really happy that he obviously has a head on his shoulder. He's shown that he has a head on his shoulders by not jumping to WWE for the money. Like, he's staying with AEW because they have introduced him to the world as this big, bright, young star.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, he hasn't been a world champion yet, but he's been in world title matches. They're obviously playing the long game with MJF.
Absolutely playing the long game with MJF, and he is that piece to do it with. I mean, what was the one thing we've always talked about? The four pillars of AEW, and this one was interchangeable with that one, and Jungle Boy this, and Sammy Guevara that, Britt Baker over, Kip Sabian, or and blah, 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 blah. MJF was never off that pillar. He was never off anything like that. He was literally just built and built and built and built and built. Again, like I said, right now we have a reincarnation of Roddy Piper to the fullest.
Yeah.
And the last time I checked, the last guy that was close to that but within ring ability was Ric Flair. And it took building Ric Flair. Granted, Ric Flair used to be a big guy who got small. And I mean, it looks like MJF is going to be a littler guy getting big, but that's okay. This has every sign that we're building one, if not the soon-to-be best wrestler in the world. Yeah. Overall,
it's just great. He's had the patience to stay with AEW, stay on this journey, put over Punk, put over Wardlow, put over Jericho. Because in the end, he's gonna be a world champion.
Exactly. You're laying your stones. Yes, I'm not winning every match, but I've left an impact on every fucking opponent I've had. Yeah. Every single one of them. And so it's like, yeah, dude. And now the guy, like how you saw him sitting on the fucking thing, watching the main event. Got my chip. Look, I'm ready whenever. I got it. He's ready to go. His time is now. It's going to be huge. It's going to be fucking huge.
Next pay-per-views, we got Full Gear and then Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one would be the best for him to win, but if they're going to pull the trigger now, then obviously Full Gear is coming up soon.
I would say you can go, well, you know what? I don't know. Maybe that's, because if I'm not mistaken, there's a Battle Royal on Rampage.
Yeah.
And that one, I think the winner is the one that gets the next title shot. Even though he's got the briefcase.
Cash in the chip whenever he wants.
Make it a triple threat or something. I don't know. I'm more leaning towards wait till next year and do it at the Cow Palace, because that's where Revolution's going to be. It's going to be in San Francisco, mainly because I'm just hoping to be there. But I mean, if I'm not, it's not surprising. Whenever, just pull the fucking trigger though. Let's just go with that. Just pull the trigger.
But that's the thing. I don't think they're going to let this spark fizzle out. They never do with MJF. They keep it going. So no matter how long he holds on to that chip for, you're not going to forget about him.
It's not so much, and I'm going to say it like this because I'm not dogging AEW. It's not so much they won't let him go. It's so much that he can't be just forgotten. He's not just some fucking dork. He's a fucking heat-seeking missile. I literally can't put it any other way. He is a heat-seeking missile in the world of professional wrestling. And we haven't had one of these guys since Punk back in the day.
No, and that's why it was just like such a nice passing of the torch when Punk gave his first 2 losses in AEW to MJF on the same night.
On the same night.
In Chicago.
In Chicago. I'm about to say, let's keep it funky with that part. In Chicago.
That whole night that Punk gave to MJF, he can never give anybody else.
No.
That's a one-time deal. You're in Chicago. It's your first AEW loss, and you're giving it to this kid.
Fucking huge.
Bravo.
Well, I mean, again, the guy may have beef with dudes who he really can't, obviously share words with, but when he can see talent when it's right in front of him.
Oh yeah, like, yes, he has an ego problem, but Punk knows good business when he sees it.
That he does. That he
Like,
does.
He knew him and Taker were going to have a better match than Rock and Cena. Nobody gave a shit about Rock and Cena. Not the second time, anyway.
No, definitely not the second time.
We are seeing more of Pac. He retained the All-American title against Orange Cassidy. I've seen some people say it should have gone to Orange Cassidy.
One. I don't hate the double champ thing. I don't hate it. This is one of those things where it's like, there's so many titles in AEW. There's so many. I don't really need double champs. I really don't. It's not a negative thing. It's not saying, oh, fucking Pac doesn't deserve it. He's a piece of shit. He's a this. No. I fucking load him with gold. Make him the Ultimate Dragon. I don't care. But I do, because people need to shine. And unfortunately, in this company, in this business, you don't really shine unless you got one of these. It's just what it is. You don't garner that attention without one of those. And Orange is fucking hot. He's over his shit. You just gave him a cool new theme. His entrance is way over the top. How would you not want your Mid-Atlantic champion to have this ridiculously elaborate entrance all the time? All the time. I mean, like, come on, think about it. But then again, it's he is a bastard.
Yeah.
So.
And I also don't want to see the All-American title go the same way as like the TNT title and become a hot potato.
I can understand that.
But so long as we see more of Pac, he can keep the title for now. It's fine. That was the only reason we predicted against him at the fucking pay-per-view, because we want to see more Pac, so get rid of the title because he only defended it on other.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, exactly. You were going all over the fucking place, but do it on Dynamite, do it on Rampage.
The great thing about Grand Slam was TK didn't go overboard on the surprises.
No.
We had one big surprise, which came in the women's Fatal 4-Way after Toni Storm retained. Huge fucking pop for Saraya, FKA Paige.
Mm-hmm.
And she's looking good.
She looks good. A lot of people said
cleared.
That was my first question, but a lot of people have said that she looks so good that she looks different, like that you didn't even recognize her, which is a great thing. You know what I mean? She's gotten herself cleaned up. She's gotten herself through a lot of stuff. I'm super proud of her. Happy to see that she's back, but that's my first immediate question. Are you cleared? How long can you be cleared? Do you understand what you're getting yourself into here? This is not the E, okay? Nothing here is scripted as far as in ring. These guys are going to go out there and they're going to put on shows. We've already seen women get hurt. Look at fucking Britt Baker last night for the third time with her nose. Okay? This is, you're going to get hurt here. How long are you truly going to last? Are you here to shake up the division? Are you here to really wrestle? If you're here to be an advocate, then I could give a shit about your entrance right now. I really could. If you're going to wrestle, I'm excited. But then again, I'm also really curious of how long of an expiration date you have. As of right now, I mean, I don't know how much longer B-Dry has.
Or Edge. Well, Edge pretty much said he's got a year left.
I'm about to say, yeah, Edge is saying he's going to be retiring when they go to Canada. So that's fine with me. Good for him. You know, retire in your hometown. That's your last match, blah, 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 blah. I fuck with it. How long are you really going to be here, girl? A year? Year and a half? You know, I mean, Brian's been here how long?
Almost a year now.
Almost a year. And how long of that was he on the sideline?
Just over a year.
Okay, but how long of that was he on the sideline? 4 months?
Oh.
No, when he got hurt and he was off TV for like a while. That was like 4 or 5 months.
In WWE when he came back as a GM?
No. When he was in AEW.
Oh yeah. That was a couple months.
So it's like, you know, he got hurt for a little bit. He had to take some time off. Can you really do that with this hot-ass women's division? Can you really come in and shake it up with your big-ass name that you have and 4 months in get hurt and take 4 months off? Are you sure this is still for you? That's what I am as excited as the next guy. I want nothing but the best. I hope this is nothing but success for her, blah, 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 blah. But I also can't deal with you coming in, getting my hopes up, and fucking leaving because you got hurt. knowing damn well that people here go hard. That's my concern. My only concern. Other than that, I'm excited.
I mean, as long as she's like, is she like 100% healed? I think she can take the bumps. She's been taking them since she was 13.
That's half the problem, though.
Yeah, I mean,
I
that's what
mean,
led to it. But she's also had adequate time outside the ring. When did she retire? What, 2016?
oh shit. Yeah, she's been out for at least 5+ years.
Like with Brian, it felt like he's being forced to retire, and then what was it, a couple of years later he's back. Like, what the fuck?
Right?
I thought you were never gonna wrestle again.
Oh, well, I got cleared by all these doctors because I really wanted to do this. And then those doctors told him, hey, you probably got to chill out now. So he said, all right, bye, I'm leaving.
I mean, with Paige, so long as nobody kicks her in the back of the neck again, I think she's good.
I'm really trying to think of who's going to do that. My whole thing is like, if that's what you're worried about, what's going to happen when Britt Baker just fucking super kicks your face off? Because that's going to happen. I don't know. I'm, again, excited, yet worried.
Yeah, I understand being cautiously worried, but I mean, if Brian and Edge is anything to go by,
it's doable.
Yeah, it is doable. They proved everybody wrong.
Fucking A, right? They did.
Hell, even freaking Stone Cold came back for one more match.
And did awesome.
Yeah. And he took some bumps on a concrete fucking floor.
Oh, fuck. Sucks.
But yeah, happy that we only had one big surprise because it makes it more memorable.
Yes, it does.
Not just like flooding the show with, hey, debut, return. Like the only person people are talking about who made their debut is Saraya.
And that's all we need.
And then, of course, main events. We knew it was going to be the Blackpool Combat Club getting the world title. We just didn't know which member. Everybody suspected it was going to be Brian because there's that whole meme going around that whenever Punk leaves the company, the world title goes to Brian.
Yeah, I was going to say this. I'm like, now's this chance. There we go.
But I mean, technically, Punk hasn't left the company. He's under suspension. And then, of course, they caught us. They swerved us and gave it back to Mox. Mox is a 3-time world champion. I didn't really, not that I didn't care. I didn't mind which way it went. Both of them deserved it. Mox has been the MVP of AEW, as we've been saying for the last couple of weeks. Brian's been killing it. So either one of them would have made perfect sense to lead the way.
I mean, personally, I was leaning more towards Brian just because I'm like, dude, you got to do something with him. You gotta. But John makes sense. Guy's heart and soul of this company right now. He has been. I just hated how they were, this world champion tournament, blah, 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 blah. And there was an 8-time champion, a 3-time champion, a this time champion, a that time champion. Because technically, Mox is a 4-time champ, even though he's a 3-time AEW champion, which could confuse the fuck out of everybody. But because it did with me, I was like, bro, this is the 3rd championship, but they said 3-time champ on this fucking thing. And it's like, don't do that. Don't do stop incorporating other companies' world championships as this guy's a former so many time world champion. Like using it in like a building sentence. Oh, he was a world champion all over the place. But here he was not a world champion. So stop doing that shit. Like it's just I don't know. I mean, I know it was only a 1-time tournament, but please don't continue it at all. I don't ever want to hear that. I mean, well, I'm gonna hear it now that Jericho is now I'm an 8-time world champ, and it's like no, you're not. No, you're not, because you won 6 in fucking the E, and you won, fucking 1 in AEW, and then you won this one. So it's like, no, that's not how it is. You don't have 8. Ric Flair's number. Well, I was gonna say Ric Flair's number is only inflated because of 2 from WWE, but
yeah, we count some NWA titles, but not all of them.
In reality, he is like a 24-time champ, something like that.
Yeah, Cena's got a long way to go.
Mm-hmm.
But Impact, I've always done that thing too. Like when they brought Sting in, like he's a 4-time whatever world champion, but he's only just come to TNA. Oh,
exactly.
WCW. Oh, okay.
Yeah, stop doing it. Like I said, use it as an introduction piece, Allow us to remind ourselves, okay, that's from previous companies, and then move on.
Well, yeah, like you didn't need to include his WWE run to inflate his career highlights. He's already a two-time world champion in AEW.
Yep.
First two-time world champion in AEW.
X. And now first 3-time.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to get technical, he's won 4 AEW world title belts because he won Punk's belt, but he just carried on with his reign.
I say I've had 4 belts. Look at me.
I'll be honest, like I said, I didn't mind which way it went, but there was a small piece of me that was leaning slightly towards Brian, mainly just for something different.
Yeah,
like
that's all.
Mox has been champion recently for the second time. Give it to Brian for a little bit, but I'm happy to follow Mox still, flying that AEW flag.
You and me both, big dog. You and me both.
All right, it's almost time for the trial of the captain, and I promise you it is a long way to end the show, but it's going to be worth it. So let's kick things down with the A to B of Retro Rewind.
SMR Podcast Network. You should be listening.
All right, so technically this is how the show is supposed to go. I'm going to be releasing an episode, and I get to talk about it here, so you guys get to get all excited and go listen to it. So what ended up happening is I had told you guys that we were doing November the 18th, 1996. Those episodes didn't drop, but they're done completely, so let's have a quick gander at them. From the WCW side, I gave a 3 3/4 to La Parka and Juventud Guerrera in an excellent cruiserweight match. This was La Parka's debut. We had talked about it. He came down dancing, strumming the guitar the whole 9 yards. Cruiserweight title match between Dean Malenko and Ultimo Guerrero. I gave it a 2 3/4. It was fun, but it did end off of a very stupid disqualification from an NWA rule that made no goddamn sense back then and still makes none now. Where an opponent is forced over the top rope, it's a disqualification according to NWA rules. Motherfucker, this is 1996. NWA's been dead. So why we're still using their rules killed me. Managing French Canadians versus the American Males. I love the American Males theme, and that's all I could say about that. 1 star. Luger and Hugh Morris. The greatest, craziest thing about this match is this was the first match I've ever seen in its entirety in my life. When I remember watching this back in the day, I was a young child, and I was like, why does everything look familiar in this match? This doesn't make sense to me. And sure enough, it's because this was the first match I've ever fully watched. When I woke up that night, saw The Undertaker, went to go looking for shit. This is the match I ended up stumbling upon. That next following Monday was Lex Luger against fucking Hugh Morris. So I'm blown away at that. Fuck Jeff Jarrett and Bob Eaton. They wasted my goddamn time. Same thing with Big Bubba and Jim Powers. I love Benoit and Guerrero. I don't give a shit what nobody says. 3.5 stars. Fantastic shit. You can never go wrong with that. And then the only thing of importance for Raw was Austin and Mankind 4 1/4. And Sabio Vega and Farouk, not too bad. I gave it a 2. Still fun, good stuff. Go check those episodes out along with the pay-per-view that we did Survivor Series from 1996.
Gotta love Survivor Series.
Gotta love it.
And now time for the geek of the week. Geek.
Pencil neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking peahead with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-cut, losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Pencil neck geek.
Okay, so I have a very unconventional geek of the week this year. This week, I should say. First off, retro. We're gonna stick with the good old-fashioned piece of shit, fucking Nick Patrick, you fucking loser. He was the one that made the disqualification over that stupid rule. So because of that, he gets retro geek of the week. For the modern day, however, like I said, this one's gonna be weird. This one goes to 2 fucking nerds in the crowd at the AEW show that every time that the fucking camera panned from a different view, all I saw was a goddamn NWO and this fucking thing. I don't need to see your fucking belts you bought off of eBay's fucking bullshit site, okay? I don't give a shit that you carry them around. If you're not going to fucking defend them against me, you can fuck right the fuck off, okay? I'm trying to enjoy my matches. And every time I turn around, I have to see your stupid belts because they're trying to get a different camera angle. You motherfuckers are the geeks of the week. And if it happens again, I will fly my ass down to New York and I will find somebody that has things and start beating ass. That was annoying and like fucking disrespectful. God damn it. There was nobody on this show as far as the AEW that would qualify as Geek of the Week. This entire show up and down was phenomenal. There was nothing wrong with it. I mean, if anything, I would say like the fucking ass boys, but even they were good. Even they were good.
Yeah. And now for the Bestler of the Week. I didn't want to be predictable and just say Mox. And I didn't want to give it to somebody who didn't wrestle, even though they made a huge impact this week, like MJF or Saraya. So I've gone with somebody who was in the main events but didn't win. Because like I said, we were leaning slightly towards Brian, and I kind of felt bad for him at the end. Because it would have been nice to see him win. So best of the week goes to Brian Danielson.
All right.
I also didn't like how abruptly they ended the show. Like, hey, Mox has won. Okay, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, it was like, what happened to, we were going to stick with this as long as we can, and then it ends. So you didn't buy it over?
Like, no celebration. The show ends with William Regal pointing his finger at Brian.
Okay, you guys stop fighting. It was just a dad moment.
Go hug your brother.
That's right. Go hug your brother. Tell him congratulations. I don't care what you want.
You know what? If I hadn't given it to him a couple of weeks ago, I probably wouldn't have given it to Mox. They both deserved it, really. But
it was good stuff.
Yeah, Brian. I really did feel bad for him at the end, even though it's fucking predetermined and he didn't actually lose a match. It would have been nice to see him with a title.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. I'm with that one.
So tomorrow we will be exactly 2 months away from Promo Series 7 Rise and Storm, our next special event on November 24th. Promo Series is the home of the winner stays on gauntlet for the Knowledge Championship. The Phoenix puts his gold on the line against potentially 3 challengers. Yeah, the last of which will be me.
Yeah.
The Television Championship is also on the line as Moses defends against Cypher in the first ever TV triathlon. It's promo, trivia, promo, first time ever.
Let's go, baby. I've been running game around here. I know how it goes, so I hope you get your stamina right.
Oh, he's in his strongest year, I
I
think.
can attest to this, but that don't mean you can outlast me.
Also in promo action, Mike Larkin returns to go one-on-one with Daniel Crimmins in a promo exhibition with a 2-minute advantage going to DC. Bear that in mind.
It's going to be crazy.
And your main event, the World Championship, is on the line. Your captain defends against the lawyer, Chad Malcolm and Travis the Walker Anderson. First, of course, I do have to prove my innocence in the trial this week against the Phoenix, but rest assured, I will be still walking into Promo Series as World Champion. And Survivor Series will determine the Predictions Championship and will determine who goes into the final quarter of 2022 as Group MVP. Well, actually, it'll be like the last month at that point. But Travis has had it for like just over a year now.
Fucking man.
And nobody's coming close.
It's really not that hard, peoples.
You got just over 4 weeks now. No, just over 8 weeks now. So
8 weeks.
Next month, start posting and commenting in the group. You got within 28 days of the show. That's when you can become Group MVP.
There we go, baby. Group MVP.
And obviously, the group I'm talking about is Max Wrestling.
That's it. That's right. Max Wrestling on Facebook. Come on down.
Go to maxwrestling.net/promo series 7 for more information. And Saraya actually just tweeted. I'll read that in a minute. But before we get there, of course, I do, like I said, have to prove my innocence. in this trial for the world title against the Phoenix to end the show. So let's close it out. Thank you for spending your Thursday with us. Here's the socials again. You can find us on the evil Twitter machine at Max Wrestling UK. And don't forget to hit the sub or the follow button on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and all the socials. You can find us at the Captain 512 and at SMRPodNet. And now listen up, you pencil neck geeks. This is what Moses has for you this week.
That's right. You guys already know the game. November 18th, 1996. Other 2 episodes dropped. You need to go catch those right now, along with the pay-per-view Survivor Series from 1996. And then the following week, we're going to hit you just right on normal. We're going to keep on going the 23rd of November. But we got 2 out now. Go check them out. Bolt Rant is dropping. There's a lot to go about. There's a rib injury from Justin Herbert. We got to talk about that. We got to talk about the potential of him trying to muscle through this. Somebody needs to go down there and convince him to not do this. We need to take the week off. That is our MVP, and we need him as healthy as can be if we want to make a deep run into the playoffs. So other than that, you guys already know the game. Make sure you're following on TikTok, Max Wrestling UK on the TikToks, getting back on that, and hopefully with that, it's going to be coming some more stuff along with it. So schedule has been remade, and I do mean remade. If I had my whiteboard around me right now, I'd show you there's a full-blown. I have a literal schedule to do everything, so stuff is coming back hot, heavy. Just get ready for it.
Right. And speaking of other shows, there was no Throne Zone this past Monday. Mainly because all the eyes of the world were on a different royal family. But we have actually recorded a new episode, and hopefully it'll drop tomorrow. So you're going to get a double whammy this weekend of Max Wrestling and
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
And then, of course, we'll be back in 2 weeks to catch up on the next 2 episodes. So every now and then we have a little bit of a break.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, join us next week for the fallout to this trial that you're going to see at the end of the show. You've been watching the Cap and Mo. Goodbye. Mwah, and good night. Bye.
Get your running shoes ready there, big dog, because the triathlon's coming.
And I'm going to court.
In the case of Captain versus Phoenix for the Max Wrestling World Championship, Captain, you've been accused of assaulting the Phoenix from behind with a gavel at Promo Slam. How do you plead?
Your Honor, these claims...
What are you doing in that chair?
Well, you told me to sit here.
When you address this court, you will rise and speak to me in a clear, intelligible voice.
Sorry.
How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Thank you. Captain.
Yes.
Are you mocking me in that outfit?
Mocking you? No, I'm not mocking you, Judge.
Then explain that outfit.
I bought a new suit. Now it's covered in mud. So, I had to get a new suit. Except the only place you can get a new suit in this town got the flu. Get that? The whole store got the flu. So, I had to get this in a second-hand store. So, it was either the leather jacket, which I know you hate, or this. So, I wore this ridiculous thing for you, Judge.
You on drugs?
Drugs? No, I don't take drugs.
I don't like your attitude.
What else is new?
I'm holding you in contempt.
Oh, that was a fucking surprise.
What'd you say?
What?
What'd you just say?
What'd I say? What?
Plaintiff, you've chosen to represent yourself. Proceed with your opening statement.
Your Honor, I believe our very own captain attacked me from behind a promo slam with a gavel. Because, as I've previously said, every piece of evidence points to him. Let's not forget that he took it upon himself to attack me from behind in January at Promo Rumble, right after I had just won every major championship on that very day. And he did so to gain a rematch for my newly won World Championship at the following Promo Mania. Which I also believe he did so out of malice, since I defeated him for that very championship the year before. He said in a recent interview that he's not the only person in the world to own a gavel. I am well aware that he is not the only person to purchase a gavel off Amazon for $15.50, but who else in Max Wrestling has one? Furthermore, why would he even have or need one in the first place? He also said in a recent interview, and I quote, "I wanted to bring a guy to the top that did not wish to see me at the top," end quote. However, I believe it was the captain that did not wish to see me at the top, because you see, Your Honour, in a very short time, I became one of, if not the most decorated combatants in Max Wrestling. I won everything. The Knowledge Championship, the Iron Bank, the TV Championship, the World Championship, and the now retired Promo Championship. A feat that nobody thought I would achieve. Your Honour, I believe without a shadow of a doubt that it was indeed the captain that attacked me from behind a promo slam and should atone for his actions. My only question is why? Since he already has an opportunity at my Knowledge Championship at Promo Series. Thank you.
Thank you. Defense? Your Honor, I'd like to make my own opening statement before my counsel speaks. Proceed. Everything that guy just said is bullshit. Thank you. The defendant's entire opening statement is argumentative and will be stricken from the record with the exception of thank you. And Captain, you will not use that kind of language in my court. You understand? Yeah. Counselor.
Your Honour, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, on July 28th of this year, my client was indeed at Promo Slam, but he did not attack anyone. We intend to prove that the prosecution's case is circumstantial and coincidental. Thank you.
Very well, prosecution.
Present, Your Honour.
You're representing both parties.
I am the only lawyer in Max Wrestling, Your Honour. I intend to represent the plaintiff by questioning my own client.
Well, this is very unorthodox, but proceed with your first question.
Thank you, Judge. Captain, do you recall 27th of January 2022, earlier this year?
Yes, I do. That was Podcast Promo Rumble 7.
And do you recall attacking the Phoenix during his World Championship match against yours truly?
Yes, I do.
Now, why did you attack him that day?
He'd just become the world champion after beating you, and I wanted to be world champion, so I thought it was quite poetic to challenge him to a match at the following Promo Mania, a year after he beat my former alter ego to shape.
And is this the contract that you signed for the match at Promo Mania?
Yes, that's my signature.
Thank you. And did you defeat the Phoenix at Promo Mania?
Yes, I did.
And you are still world champion since that day?
I am, yes.
In that contract which you signed, that is your signature, correct?
Yes, that's still my signature.
It states that this match was for the World Championship, which you won. And that is the only reason you attacked Phoenix at Podcast Promo Rumble, correct?
Yes, that was the only reason.
So, when Phoenix was attacked at Promo Slam, was he world champion?
No, he wasn't, as I am still world champion.
And also in this contract for Promo Mania, which is the one you signed, correct?
If it's the same one I signed 2 times before, then yes, that's my signature.
Thank you. Does it state anywhere that Phoenix should have a rematch in the event of him losing?
No.
Therefore, he was no longer a threat to you at Promo Slam, and you had no reason to attack him.
That's correct.
And is it true that you celebrated your victory at Promo Mania with a mega pint of beer?
A mega pint? I poured myself a large glass of beer. Yes, I thought it was necessary.
Thank you. No further questions, Captain.
You can stand down.
Your Honour, I call our first witness, Mr. Tipton.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes, Your Honour.
Mr. Tipton, you claim that when you were watching Promo Slam, the captain left his desk prior to the Phoenix calling out the Demoness and returned to his desk after the promo and after the attack. Is this correct?
That's right.
I see that you wear eyeglasses.
Yes, I do.
Could you show them to the court? Very good. Now, Mr. Tipton, were you wearing them the day when the captain left his desk?
No, I was not.
There, see? You made a positive ID of the captain leaving his desk, and yet you were not wearing your necessary prescription eyeglasses.
They're reading glasses.
I see. Well, okay, let's move on. The Phoenix was attacked in his home, and I can confirm that the captain lives at approximate 2-minute drive away from the Phoenix's home. Do you think the captain had enough time to get there and back in the time he was away from his desk?
Yes, I do. It took about 2 minutes.
And how could you be so sure?
When he left his desk, I had just began to cook breakfast as I was hungry.
And what did you have?
Eggs and grits.
Eggs and grits. Instant grits?
No self-respecting southerner uses instant grits. I take pride in my grits.
I see. So, Mr. Tipton, how could it take you 2 minutes to cook your grits when it takes the entire grit-eating world 20 minutes?
I don't know. I'm a fast cook, I guess.
I'm sorry, did you just say you're a fast cook? That's it? Are we to believe that boiling water soaks into a grit faster on your stove than any other stove on Earth? Where were these magic grits? Did you buy the grits from the same guy that sold Jack his beanstalk beans?
So watch yourself.
Are you sure about that 2 minutes?
I think you made your point.
Are you sure about that 2 minutes?
I may have been mistaken.
I got no more use for this guy.
I hope this makes it out. If you can hear me, our system's been compromised. The only way would be if they somehow... No. Logged into my computer 3 days ago. How? I haven't been connected all week, but it's easy enough to make it look that way.
I swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Captain, as much as it pains me to admit, but I know for a fact, in this matter, you are innocent. I know you didn't attack your cousin. This time, that is. I know you did not lay out the Phoenix with a gavel. Now you may be already asking yourself, well, how do I know? Who did it then if it wasn't the captain? Well, let's lay out that foundation that Alexander Rowan objected to. You see, at Promo Slam, Phoenix, you fucked up. Now, I don't know if you had full intentions of doing it, but at Promo Slam, you were attacking the House of Ashes. You not only went after the Demoness, but you came after me as well. You wanted the Knowledge Championship. And you wanted a match against Nico. So, 2 matches. You versus House of Ashes. Really? Look at Moses. He had a match at Promo Slam. And he had a match against a member of the jury. Moses is House of Ashes. What happened to his opponent? And who took out his opponent? I did. Just like I took you out. That's right, Phoenix. And that's right, Captain. And that's right, Max Wrestling and the entire court here today. I, Travis the Walker Anderson, had the Sheik take the gavel from the captain and send it to me so I could lay out the Phoenix. I didn't do it because I was worried of losing the Knowledge Championship. I don't give a fuck about that. What I do care about is that he attacked my house, my home, my family. You do not challenge the House of Ashes and expect no repercussions from it. Moses wasn't even a part of or even announced to House of Ashes yet, and I still helped him by taking out Cypher. What do you think I would do to you? I can handle you myself in trivia. But you called out the Demoness, someone that didn't even ask for the match. And last I heard, didn't even agree to the match. I could be wrong. I haven't really spoken to her much yet. But the bottom line is this. She is House of Ashes. Moses is House of Ashes. I am House of Ashes. In Phoenix, you could have been too. You know, with all this heat and this back and forth love-hate relationship that you have with your cousin, the captain. I was prepared at Promo Slam to offer you a spot in the House of Ashes. And in return, this is what we got. You came after two of us. And I could not just sit by and allow that to happen. So yes, Captain, you figured it out. You finally figured out what I am guilty of. I am guilty of knocking out your cousin. I am guilty of knocking out the Phoenix. Now, Phoenix, I have no idea what you plan on doing. I don't know if you're going to try to challenge me. Do you want a match? Or are you just going to run off into the shadows? I don't give a shit. But the only reason why I am here today is because I refuse to allow you to become world champion. The only person that is going to take that title off of the captain's shoulder is going to be me. I may have gotten ahead of myself by attacking you at Promo Slam, and for that I apologize. But if you want to do something about it after Promo Series, I'll be waiting for you.
Well, in light of recent evidence, judgment in this case is awarded to, and still, Max Wrestling World Champion, the defense, the captain. Case dismissed. And that's that. We now move on to Promo Series 7, Rising Storm. We move on to Travis Anderson and the House of Ashes. Travis, you took issue with me calling myself the Dragon King. In fact, you took it as an insult. You said, there are no dragons. But, my friend, you could not be more mistaken. You see, I come from the land of dragons. We've always been here. We're still here. A Malahide. We live, we breathe, we sing, we fight. We are Welsh. 30 years the UK waited for a WWE Stadium event. And in 2022, when WWE came looking, We, the Welsh, we're still here. Yma o hyd. We're coming up to 400 episodes of Max Wrestling. Others came and went. We're still here. Yma o hyd. When we almost self-destructed in 2020 and a meat cutter tried to cut our throats, we endured. We're still here. Yma o hyd. You've awoken the pride, the passion, the vigour of what it means to be Welsh. The power that soared through the veins of Llywelyn the Great, of Llywelyn the Last, and of Owain Glyndŵr. The House of Ashes can come knocking on our door, the door of the House of the Dragon King, but you shall not pass. The jury is still here. Yma o hyd. Yma o hyd. Yma o hyd. I hear the voices singing. Speed your journey, boys bach. One nation, singing with one voice. A song of hope, a song of courage, a victory song that floats through the valleys like a red mist, rolls over the mountain tops like crimson thunder. A red storm is coming to the gates of the House of Ashes. It crackles with the spirit of the 58 and Jimmy Murphy's boys. It turns the pages of the history books and finds the jury's page, waiting to still be written. What would you write there, boys? Dare you write your names on that page? We haven't reigned for all these months and broadcast halfway round the world to be troubled by a zombie from North Carolina. When the walker comes knocking on our door, let's give him some sugar, boys. Let's give him some Welsh sugar. They've always said we're too small, too slow, we're too weak, too full of fear. But yma o hyd, you sons of speed, and they fall around us. We are still here. Make no mistake about it, Travis the Walker Anderson. You will see the whites of our eyes. You will hear the songs in our souls. You will feel the beats of the drums thundering through the valleys. And you will know you have been to war with the Welsh. And we never surrender. Biff and Ilja. Yma o hyd.